So, yun yung kailangan natin ma-identify. Then you can see east-west or encrypted traffic. Your hybrid or multi-cloud visibility is fragmented. So, yun yung mga threat vectors that we check kung, for example, two of those meron tayong na-encounter, then we need yung deep observability. Hindi naman. Then next. So for cloud and data center, so the values and requirements naman para makapag-deploy tayo or implement na properly ng data cloud and data center, of course, we have to improve visibility and threat, yung values niya, improve visibility and threat detection, enhance security of critical infrastructures, defense against cloud-specific threats. Then, for the requirements, we have to define yung cloud and on-prem inventory natin. So yung list ng virtual machines natin, devices natin, or physical servers natin. Identity, of course, kailangan natin yung Active Directory natin, Microsoft Entra. Then security tooling, kailangan natin yung SIEM, yan, EDR, XDR, CWPP, SOAR, then government and compliance. So kapag kailangan natin ng compliance, so CIS, NIST, PIPA, PCI, so kailangan natin itong mga tools na ito. Next. So first, for the technologies, we have the DDoS, Denial of Service. So kung mapapansin nyo, merong parang umulit dito since applicable pa rin naman siya sa cloud and database. So we have also web application firewall, secure access service edge, extended detection and of response, so XDR, then endpoint detection and response, then privileged access management. So next. So for the DDoS, of course, ensures availability and uptime. Yun naman yung ginagawa ng DDoS natin to prevent na mag-down yung website or yung mga services na mayroon yung isang company. Then prevents downtime financially losses. So kapag nag-down, especially sa mga banks, kapag nag-down yung system nila, syempre walang transactions and it will lead to financial losses. Next is protects infrastructure across application networks and transport layer. So the threat vectors is, of course, yun nga, industry has high financial stakes. So hindi nila afford na magkaroon ng downtime. You have public-facing services. You rely on standard firewalls. So like I said, firewalls naman, meron sila mga DDoS, but mayroon lang siyang limit. You cannot detect attacks quickly. Then, so we have the WAF. So values nito, we have mga 0 day. So yung mga bagong attacks, yung na-prevent naman natin. And malicious bots. So protects against OWASP, shields web apps and APIs from exposures. Then threat vectors naman is if your business have public-facing web applications or APIs, you handle sensitive user data, you experience web-level DDoS or application layer attacks. So next one. Then last, second to the last is yung soft tools. So for the soft tools, ano ba yung values and requirements niya? So we have yung proactive threat hunting and risk mitigation, reduce response time through automation, deep visibility across all IT environments, stronger protection against modern AI-driven attacks, better compliance and audit readiness. So kasi ngayon, puro yung mga threat actors they're using AI na din, kahit sa mga phishing, so AI na rin yung ginagamit nila to generate yung mga attacks na yun. So requirements, skilled SOC team, data source, endpoints, of course, dapat yung yung mga data source natin, so yung mga tools, security tools natin, so and also endpoints, networks, and identity systems. So integrated security tools, so we have SIEM, EDR, XDR, and then SOAR. So of course, kailangan natin ng clear workflow. So alert triage, escalation path, and then incident response. So for technologies, we have extended extended detection and response, or EDR, NDR, EDR, and then CTEM, so continuous threat exposure management, then next generation firewalls. Next one. So for endpoint detection and response, So yung endpoint naman natin, ito yung mga laptops natin, yung mga servers natin, ito yung ginagamit natin. So real-time endpoint monitoring detects advanced and unknown attacks. Detects behavior-based threats, strengthens endpoint security. So for EDR naman, we have Cyber Reason and then Sentinel-1. So yun yung dalawang brands na kinicarry namin. So threat vectors, kung bakit natin kailangan ng EDR, so of course, organization use many endpoints. Since kapag na-compromise ang isang endpoint, pwede maging entry point naman to ng cyber actors. So, threat actors. Another way of, nila to, entry point. So, you need visibility into endpoint activity for compliance and security ops. You have experienced unexplained incidents or suspicion behavior. So, dito pa lang kapag may EDR tayo, yung mga malware, we can already prevent yung malware na yun. So, na-detect niya kung yung na-download natin na file or yung ini-install ba natin na applications is infected or known na mayroong malware. Usually, mga download, mga apps na nagda-download, yun yung madalas natin na-encounter. Next please. So, EDR, Extended Detection and Response or XDR. So, Stellar Cyber, yung kinikater natin. Of course, meron tayong mga security tools, pero the problem with that is yung management ng mga security tools na yun. So, bawat tools, check natin yung mga alerts, yung mga logs. So, i-check din natin kung ano yung kung totoong attack ba yun, kung totoong threat ba yun. So, we use Stellar Cyber to correlate lahat yun. So, lahat ng attacks na yun, isang gagawin niya. Yung lahat ng mga security tools natin, kukolektahin niya yung data from that. Tapos, ang gagawin niya is, ikaw to correlate niya yun. So, kung ano yung mga related attacks, for example, from firewall, sa EDR natin, NDR, pag i-relate niya yun kung magkakasama ba sila. So, ang ginagawa niya is, sa halip na alerts yung binibigay niya, case na siya. So, yung sama-samang alerts na. So, yun yung ginagawa niya. So, hindi na natin kailangan isa-isahin yung mga security tools natin to check or validate. So, siya na magbibigay ng. Then, yan. So, yung values niya, fastest threat detection and response, reduce alert fatigue, automated alert correlation, automated threat detection and response, and interoperability across different tools and telemetry. So, this one kasi siya, brand agnostic naman siya. So, you can integrate yung mga tools na meron. So, threat vectors, so is the LTTD and LTPR, for visibility, integration of network tools and telemetry, complex cybersecurity setup. So, kapag madami tayong tools, syempre, kailangan may iba-iba tayong tao doon para may expertise para magamit natin ng maayos. So, ito yung ginagamit natin. So, XDR, Stellar Cyber. Then, next po. So, CTEM, so Continuous Threat Exposure Management. So, CTEM is a framework naman siya. So, Continuous Real-Time Visibility, Risk-Based Prioritization, Validation of Real-World Exploitability, and better security and business decision-making, measurable ongoing risk reduction. So, for the threat vectors, we have attack surface is expanding. So, madami nang pwedeng maging entry point yung mga mga threat actors. So, vulnerability management is failing to scale. Too many alerts and poor prioritization. We also have fragmented remediation process. Then, the last is pag kailangan natin proactive na instead of reactive security. So, yun naman yung parang nag-lean on time currently. So, dapat hindi na natin hinihintay na mangyari yung threat or yung mapasok tayo, ma-attack tayo before tayong mag-react. So, next please. Then, next is yung access management natin. So, values and requirements niya. So, nag-a-apply tayo ng least privilege, zero trust, visibility, auditing and compliance, and then data protection. So, yung identity, kailangan natin ng identity. So, like I said, activate the directory, Entra. Infrastructure, we should also have MFA or SSO. Policy, RBAC, PCI, DSS, NIST, then of course people. So we have a security team, HR, then application owners. Next. So first, unified endpoint protection natin. Then the second one is privileged access point. So for the access management, so we have yung unified endpoint management muna. So the benefits is security of corporate data, centralized device management, and support BYOD for remote work. So ito yung ginagamit natin for endpoints natin. So for example, laptops, computers, even yung mga BYOD, so yung mga personal phone natin, laptop natin. Then threat vectors, employees use mobile device, company owned or personal to access company data. You want to prevent data leaks. You have devices currently unmanaged or outdated or inconsistent. So with UEM or MDM, na check natin kung sino ba yung user na gumagamit ito or updated ba yung mga security features na meron tayo or updated yung OS niya. So natatrack din natin kung ilan ba yung assets na meron yung isang company. So kung ilan yung laptops, ilan yung mobile device. Then with this one, kasi nagkakaroon din tayo ng nalilingit natin na itong device ba ito nagagamit ba ng tama ng isang user. So kumbaga ang purpose niya is dapat yung application is yung phone is for messaging company using company applications lang, for example, or approved applications, for example Viber, Teams. So kapag nag-install ka ng Messenger, hindi niya i-allow. So yun yung isang purpose niya. And then also in transferring of data, syempre we don't want naman na yung company data is ma-expose or lumabas. So with access management, UEM, yun yung na-prevent natin. Next, please. So sa access management, another one is yung privileged access management natin or yung PAM. So benefits, least privilege management, secure password management, strong audit compliance, and protect critical systems. So threat vectors, insider threats, not sure if admin password are shared or stored correct securely, then you have multiple admins or privileged users. So ito naman yung PAM, like I said, so siya nagmamanage ng credentials natin. So may sample diagram dito. So ang nangyayari is, bago ka makapag-login sa, for example, sa firewall mo or sa network mo, NDRs, you have to go through the PAM. So i-authenticate kanya muna. Then once authenticated na ikaw yung real user, tsaka kanya i-authorize naman na gumamit or mag-access. So with this one, we prevent ng yung insider threats. So for example, mayroong empleyado na natanggal. So mayroon siyang super galit. And ang ginawa niya is nagbura siya ng files, nagbura siya ng sinutdown yung servers. So with PAM, napiprevent natin yun since meron tong live monitoring. So yung activity ng tao is, o ng user is, nakikita natin actual. And may alerts din siya. So kapag for example, ang usual access niya is 9 to 6 or 8 to 5. Kapag may in-access siya na device or server ng more than that, then mag-a-alert siya na mayroong unusual access. So ito yung isa sa mga solutions that we can use to prevent yung mga stolen credentials. Since unang way ng mga threat actors is phishing, ang second doon is yung stolen credentials. So for stolen credentials, ito yung solution natin to prevent yung ganung scenario. So, ang nangyayari, after session, papalitan niyo yung password niyo. So, hindi niyo na kailangan malaman or hindi niyo na kailangan ilagay pa sa notepad or sa laptop yung mga credentials niyo since pwede makakuha yon. So, with this one, hindi niyo makikita yung passwords niyo. And ang gagawin niya na lang is automatically i-inject niya yung password. For example, nag-access kayo ng server, automatic niya i-inject yung password. Hindi niyo na makikita. Hindi niyo na kailangan ilagin pa. So, ayan. So, lahat ng cloud, mapa-cloud man yan, access nyo sa cloud, access nyo sa social media servers, network devices, application, and database, you can use this one, Segura.